Hi guys, this is Sri. So today I am going to explain about the different ways to log in the MySQL client. Okay, so this is the basic topic, but I think some of the people may not aware of these different types of logins. I mean, how to log in the MySQL client in the different ways. Okay, so I just plan to create one video on this topic. So here I summarized the different ways how to log in the MySQL client. Okay, so the first one is the direct login. Mostly people's aware of this, and you can also log in the MySQL client using the MySQL config file my.cnf, and you can also log in the MySQL using the local config file. Okay, and you can also log in using the default file option, and you can log in the MySQL through the login path, and also the latest thing is the MySQL shell. It is in the MySQL 8. You can use the tool to log in the MySQL as well. Okay, so let's go to the demo section. I have created on server. Here I going to use the user root, and the password is MySQL at 321. Okay, so this is my user and this is my password. Okay, so when I come to this server, here the MySQL service is running. Okay, you can see here the MySQL is already running, and now let me give the MySQL and give the input. Okay, so it gives the access genuine for the user localhost. The host is localhost, and the user is root. But see, I just only given the MySQL, but I did not mention the user root, and I did not mention the host localhost. Okay, so by default, what MySQL client will do, it will get the username from the Linux user. What is the Linux user? It is the root, right? Okay, so this is the root. Root is the, I mean, I logged in using the root user in the Linux cell. So by default, the MySQL client will get the Linux user, and also it will get the host as a local host. Okay, so I did not provided the password, so it given the hint like using password. Now let me log in with the password MySQL -p. Hyphen p means password. You can also define hyphen password equal to, you can mention the password. Now the shortcut is hyphen p. Okay. Once I prompt, it will ask the password. Okay. Now I am just going to copy paste the password. I just copied the password and I pasted, and I press the enter. Now I am able to log in. You can check the show grants. Once you logged in, you can check the show grants. So here you can see I have logged in using the root user and the localhost. The password is authenticated, so it allows to log in. Okay. So now how to currently I am logging with the root user, so it is allowed. Okay, so how to mention the different user? You need to provide the -u or hyphen user, whatever. You need to provide the username here, and password. For the password, you need to provide the -p, and you can mention the password here as well. MySQL at 321. Otherwise, you can give one without the password. It will, when you press the enter, it will prompt to ask the password. Okay, and if you want to mention the different port, by default MySQL will log in using the 3306 port. That is a default one. But if you have the different port, then you need to mention the port with the capital P, like this. And if you are going to using the different socket, then you need to use the socket as well. And if you want to log in the remote host or other host, then you need to provide the -h. Otherwise -, host. You need to provide us, and you need to mention the host IP here. Okay. So these are the basic things, basic requirement to log in the server. Okay. You should know the user, and you should know the password, and you should know the port, which port the MySQL is running. And in the same server, if you are running different MySQL, you can log in with a different port, and you can also log in with the different sockets. Okay, for that, you need to know about the socket option. Hyphen socket, or simply hyphen capital S is fine. And if you are trying to connect the remote server, then you should be aware of the hyphen H option. That is for the host. Hyphen H or hyphen host. Okay, and simply you can get all these details from the help. You can give the MySQL, and if you give the help, I'm just typing to list. Okay. Okay. So here you can see all the available options. You have different options. Okay. Mostly I will do a separate video to explain these options. Okay. But for the basic things, you should be aware of these things. Password. You can use the hyphen password or a hyphen P. Okay. And this is for the port. As I told, you need to use the capital P, hyphen P, otherwise hyphen port. Okay. And let me show the user. Yeah, here is the user. For the user, you need to provide hyphen username. Otherwise, just simply hyphen U is fine. Okay. And yeah. Yeah, see, for the socket, you need to provide the hyphen socket. Otherwise, hyphen yes. Okay, so these are the basic things to log in the MySQL. Apart from this, MySQL client have other different options as well. You can make the SSL connection, compress connection, and you can change your prompt name. There are different purpose we have using the MySQL client. I will try to make a separate video to explain the MySQL client. Okay, but login, you should be aware of this important options: user and password and port and socket and the host. These are the important options you should be aware for the direct login. Okay, so this is how to do the direct login. And the next one is login using the my.cnf. Okay, you should aware that we have the dedicated my.cnf file for every MySQL. Okay, the default location is, if you are using the Red Hat, CentOS instructions, it will be etc my.cnf. But if you are using the Debian or Ubuntu OS, then the default location should be /etc/MySQL/my.cnf. Okay, and now let's open this file. Here I have the group MySQL D. Okay, you can also use this my.cnf to log in the MySQL. Okay, so for that purpose, you need to create one additional group. It is a client. Here you need to create client, and you need to provide the username and password here. Okay, user is root, and password is @321. Okay, now let me save this file. Okay, now I am giving the MySQL. I just given the MySQL. Now I did not provided any username or password, nothing. Okay, I just given the MySQL and press the enter. Now I am able to log in. Okay, I am logged in using the root at localhost. Okay, so what happens actually? So when I given the MySQL, it will read the informations. I mean the user informations and the password information from the my.cnf itself. So for that, you need to define the client group. If you add it under the MySQL, then it will not take. Okay, you should create the different group, that is the client group, and you need to add the credentials under the client group. So when you are trying to log in the MySQL, it will automatically get the information from the client group in the my.cnf. Then it will allow you to log in. Okay, so this is one of the ways how to do login using the my.cnf. Okay, let me remove it. Yeah, so I removed. Just saving the file. So now if I'm trying to log in the MySQL, okay, now again I'm getting the access because we removed the entries from the my.cnf. Okay, so that is the second method. And the third one is using the local config. So the local config means the MySQL under the home directory, in the Linux level under the home directory. So let me tell you who am I. I am the root. Okay. So my home directory is /root, right? So yeah, I am already in the /root. So the the local config file means under the home directory, I can create the hidden file like my.cnf. I can create one hidden file. Here I mentioned the .my.cnf. And here I can create the client group, and here I can mention the credentials like user and password. Here I can mention. Okay, now I'm just saving the file. If I see this file, my credentials are here. Okay, client and user. Now I am trying to log in the MySQL. It is working. Okay, so this is the other option. You can create your local config file. It should be the hidden file .my.cnf. Okay, and you can log in the MySQL using the local config file. Okay, now I am removing the file. Now I am trying to log in the MySQL again. Again, I am getting the access to it. Okay, so this is one of the method to log in the MySQL. Now, login using the default file. Default file means MySQL client have the option -defaults -file. Now I am creating any of the file like name vi Shakti. I am just creating the file name Shakti. And in this file also, I can create the client group, client and user equal to root and password equal to MySQL at 321. I'm just saving the file. Okay, now I am using this Shakti as a default file. MySQL default file equal to Shakti. Okay, I'm just using the file Shakti as a default file. Now, if you see, I am able to log in. Okay, so this is the another method to log in using the default file option. Okay, and if you just give the MySQL, then it will not. But if I am using my default file, then I am able to log in because the default file have the credentials, right? We created that file and we have the credentials there. Okay, so this is the way of login the MySQL using the default file option. Okay, now the next method is login the MySQL using the login path. Okay, so to explain this, we have two tools: MySQL utility, MySQL config editor, and my print defaults. Okay, these are the two tools. Actually, I plan to make a separate video for these tools, but this is fine. I will explain the things here. Okay. So when you install the MySQL using the tools will be automatically available. Okay. MySQL config editor help. Okay. So here you can set the login path instead of providing the credentials, directly providing the credentials, you can set the login path. Okay. So you have different options. The one is set and the another one is remove. If you want to remove any login path, you can use the remove option, and you can see the available login path using the print option. If you want to reset, then you can use the reset option as well. Okay. Now let me tell you how it is working. First, I need to configure the login path. Okay. So to configure the login path, I need to use the MySQL config editor tool. Then set, I need to use the set option. Okay, this first one, set option. I need to provide the login path name like -login path equal to, I can provide any name. Okay, so for me, I am providing the Sri1. Okay, then I need to provide the host, which host, local host. I need to provide the user, which user, root user. Then I need to provide the password. I'm just providing the password. I don't mention any password. Okay. Now, when you click the enter, it will ask the password. Now I am giving the password MySQL at 321. Yeah. So now I set the login path. See, I set the login path. Now, how to log in using this login path? So this is my login path. Hyphen hyphen login path equal to Sri is my login path. So I need to use this like MySQL hyphen hyphen login path equal to Sri1. So once I given, then I enter. It will allow to log in. Okay. See, I provide the user root and the host is the local host. Now I am able to log in. So this is the way of using to log in the MySQL using the login path. Okay. So if I giving the MySQL, it is not allowed. If I giving the Sri1 instead of Sri1, I'm just giving the Sri, then it will not allow because the Sri, we don't have any login path, right? We have the Sri1. If I give the Sri1 proper name, then I am able to log in. So this is the way of using the login path. So if you want to see what are the available login paths means, you can use print hyphen hyphen all. Okay. So if you use this command MySQL configurator print hyphen hyphen all, then it will print to configure what are the available login paths. It will print. Your password will be hidden. It will be star like this. If you want to see the password as well in the plain test, then you need to use the another tool, my print default. That is the other tool, my print defaults. Hyphen s means show. It is hyphen hyphen show. Instead of hyphen hyphen show, I am using the hyphen s. And you need to provide the login path name. My login path name is Sri1. If you give this, it will give all the options. What are the options you provided? It will print all the options. You can also get the password in the plain test using the my print defaults option tool. Okay, like this, if you want to set up many login path, you can do that. For example, you need to provide access to 5 people, 5 developers. Then you can create 5 login path and you can directly provide the login path to them. Instead of providing the user and password, you can just provide the login path to them so they can log in using the login path. Okay. So this is just improving your security, right? Yeah. So this is the way of using and how to view the password, login path password, and how to use the login path to log in the MySQL. You can do this using the MySQL configurator tool and the MyPrint defaults. Okay. So MyPrint defaults is used to print the options which used in the MySQL configurator. MySQL configurator is used to set up the login path or reset the login path or remove the login path. You can also view the available login paths using the MySQL configurator. Okay. Yeah. So the next one is the login using the MySQL shell. As I told, the MySQL shell is the recent latest tool. You to install, to have the MySQL shell, to use the MySQL shell, you have the separate package. You need to install the MySQL -shell. Okay, I already installed mlist installed grep -i MySQL. Let me show it. Yeah, so here I may installed. There is a MySQL shell utility. I installed already. So once you install, you will get the tool MySQL sh. Okay, so if you give the MySQL sh, it will directly get you into the MySQL shell prompt. Okay, but here you need to connect the database. Okay, so for me, let me show you how to connect. You need to use connect/connect. You need to provide the root username and you need to provide the host, local host. Okay, so once I given the enter, it will take me to the database. Okay, actually it will ask the password. I already log in using the MySQL shell. So it did not prompt to the password right now. Okay, but usually it will ask the password once you given this /connect root at your connection string. Okay, so MySQL shell have different support like JavaScript and Python, and it has SQL support. To switch to SQL, you can use this /SQL, then it will switch to the SQL mode. Here you can execute the SQL commands like show schemas, means it will display all the schemas available, or whatever SQL commands you will execute in the MySQL client, you can use here itself. Okay, so I have the latest one, MySQL 8.0.27, and my uptime. Whatever you will execute in the MySQL client, you can use this in the MySQL shell itself. If you want to switch to other mode, then you can, if you JavaScript, to switch to JavaScript mode, then I need to use the JS, and for the Python, I need to use the Python. So these are the three languages. I mean, three modes supported by the MySQL shell. There are a lot of things to learn from the MySQL shell. It has many supports utilities. You can manage your group application. I mean, the InnoDB cluster and replica set. There are many things in the MySQL shell. So going forward, I will list the videos, demo videos on the MySQL shell. Okay, so this is just how you can connect the database using the MySQL shell. Okay, yeah. So I think this is what I wanted to explain in this video. So if you have any questions, or if you have any feedback, or if you have any comments, just tell me directly, or you can put it on the comment section. If you have any questions, just ask in the comment section. Whenever I have time, I will take a look at it. Okay, so if you like this video, you should just share with your friends, and subscribe my channel for more videos related to the MySQL technology. Okay, bye. See you then.